follow only golden. Golden days.
Welcome to part 2 of my Q&A. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm sorry, but I'm here. I'm going to answer 6 more questions. So, yes, if you haven't already liked, please give me this video a lovely like, because it really does help push the videos out. And there's a new thing called height on YouTube. Could you press that? Yeah, and I see how far I can get up on the board. If you have the height button, it's either there somewhere. It's not been rolled out to everyone yet, but it is being rolled out to a slight few. So if you see the height, yeah, please give me some height, because this is a really small channel compared to others, and I'm not trying to compare it to myself or anyone else, but it would be lovely to get a little bit of more watches from sort of the bigger sewing community as well, and then maybe a few shares. Enough blabbering. Finally, I'm going to answer your questions. So, first one is, it was kind of timed for May, but I do have reflections on it now. I really do. So, the question was, any May reflections so far? And 3-4 months down the line, yes, I do have reflections. I do. So I'm predominantly wanting a couple of different style skirts, one of which I would like to have in black, because I think that would really work for my wardrobe, and 2, a black pair of pants, trousers. Don't know why I call them pants. It's just a lot of American, US is American. Duh. A lot of US, Canada call them pants, where we in the UK call them trousers. And here we are. So, reflection. I really would like to make a few more different bottom half garments, and I would like to really get my sewing teeth into the coats and jackets. I've got a lot of coats and jacket fabric, and there's a few patterns in there as well. Yeah, really need to sort of use them. So it's great to have May. It really gives me joy trying to find new outfit combinations. That is like a wee happy challenge for me. And yes, I spruce it up every year with a few more garments. Yeah, because why not? I like injecting a little bit of newness into my wardrobe every so often, so I don't fall out of clothes. They can be redefined in other ways, another item of clothing, and it just freshens up the wardrobe, and it keeps me loving the garments for even longer. Yay! So, hope that wasn't too rambling. Next one is, this is one of my favourite questions. Like, if budget was limited, or limitless actually, what would your dream sewing room would look like? Now, give me a lot more storage so I can store all the current fabrics nicely. I can get in, yes, so plenty of calyx going up there. I really like my storage solution of where I've got the fabrics at the moment in the pull-out calyx drawers, and I've kind of stacked them. I'll show you pictures while I'm talking. I've kind of put them in so that when I pull out the drawer, I can look from the top onto the fabric so I can see what's going on. It would be nice if I can do stripes pattern or striped jersey, stripe woven, and then plain woven, plain jersey, or even like the viscose chambray denims, all different kinds, and have that all marked. The same thing with notions and all the haberdashery thing. It would be in drawers and everything would have its home. So it would be clean and easy to look at, not distracting. And the same thing with my patterns, they would have their own little shelf as well. Might need a big shelf for that, because I've got my PDFs here, which you can see. Working my little eyes here. Where's my hand? And then over there well, up there actually in this basket is some of my paper patterns, which I just really love. You can see there's some organisation here, and that's predominantly my bag hardware. Yeah, so if this was like double or even triple the space when I'm in this now, that wall would have to be knocked down for that, but that's not going to happen ever, because husband won't let it. If we're talking not through there, give me loads of space. The cutting table would be a cutting table and not just a storage unit where I've just filled the top. Now I can't cut there. And that's my own doing. I have a problem buying fabric. Can't stop myself. Yes. So yeah, I'm trying to do another destash, and my destash is on Instagram. I'm going to be putting a load up very soon. It'll probably be in drips and drabs, so I don't overwhelm myself or others. But yes, I'm thinking about doing that really soon, so I can get that bit cleared through there, because I want to go through more fabric and see what else I can get these stash, just to sort of see if I can get the fabrics that I've just bought recently into thing, and then actually some sort of organise less chaos, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the other idea I would love to have is maybe a shed, which would be the sewing shed, and it would be insulated, and it's just all on one floor. I could go into the garden, into the shed. The dog would have its bed. Yeah, calyx units going up to the ceiling. I think the top two would be like, I would try and maybe put covers in there, so anything that's light I can just put up there, so when I've got a ladder I can bring it down, but it's not gonna kill me if it's heavy. It's only light materials. And then I would try and maybe have a bigger cutting table. Obviously my sewing area, nice big table. I think I would do an L-shaped table where I've got my overlocker, maybe a cover stitch, and then my main sewing machine. Yeah, ideally I would love skylights on a couple on each side, but then you've got automated blinds, so there's light coming in but not like strong sun rays. It wouldn't impact the temperature too much. Yes, I'm asking for a lot here, but yes, a comfy chair, but I want everything to have its home basically, and that needs to be me correcting myself as well. So I need to work with the space currently, so I need to get my actions in gear. But I can only do that every so often when I've got a couple of hours here and there. Yeah, and I like to sew as well. Do I have a favourite subscription box? I think you know the answer to that, and that would be yes. I think it has to be Fabric Godmother. Okay, there's been a couple of boxes where I'm not like 100% bang on happy about. Even the last one, I wasn't like, not quite sure, but the fabric actually has warmed on me and I can see myself wearing it. So I'm going to make up the Holland dress and this gorgeous seersucker cotton seersucker fabric, and yeah, and I think I'll get the black velvet tie that Josie put in her Holland dress, because that just looks absolutely beautiful, and it just goes for the vibe of the Damson Madder dress. And I like the look of the black. What is it? Navy? It could be navy or black. I need to zoom in and find out. Yeah, it definitely has to be a Fabric Godmother. Close running up is the Bag Makers bought by Studio 727. I really like them. Again, I have to start using the materials that comes on with them, because there's some absolutely beautiful bits of hardware and bits of either faux leather or vinyl. Yeah, there's so much in that box. It's so worth it. They're like my little crushes at the moment. Next question is what is my favourite sewing tool? It has to be this beauty of a seam ripper because it's powerful. It's the handle as well. I got this from Beyond Measure, and I think it's either an oak or a cherry handle, but yeah, it's really sustainable, this material. But the most brilliant thing is you can get replacements for these, so you can just screw it all out and pop a new replacement in, and then yeah, you've got this handle basically for life. So yeah, I love this. It's really great bang for your buck. Also, I think Foxglove and Field do one, not like wooden, but they do one really. They've got a good grip on them as well. I kind of like the weight on this as well. I do have like other seam rippers, but this is my favourite by far. I have to say something about this sewing tool because it's kind of one of my most used ones, and I've got 2 or 3 now because they either get bent or somehow touch it with iron. I never learned that lesson, but it's this cool sewing ruler gauge thing, and it's really just handy to check the, like, is it a 1.5, especially the hem. So you can move this little gauge, if I can, you can move it down. Sorry, I've got the microphone in one hand and this on that one. You can move it down and up and to your specific 1 inch or 1 centimetre, 1.5 centimetre, and you can mark it as you go around the fabric, which is really handy for hemming or making sure that everything is straight, kind of thing. That is my 2 favourite sewing tools. Now, I have to say this one, I'm pretty sure I answered it, but the first garment pattern that I sewed was at a little work class, a wee course. I think it was 8 to 10 nights, and an evening thing, and it was way back maybe 2015 possibly. I started this and I sewed the Butterick B5, 6, 7, something like that. It's a fit and flare dress, and I used green cotton sateen. I think it was about 4 meters for this dress, so I can't remember. Big circle skirt. I really enjoyed making it, and yeah, that's kind of just spruced me on. It's funny how this hobby has stuck with me. Like, this is one of my hobbies that has stuck with me. Even my husband goes, I can't believe that you've stuck with this, because this is like the first thing that I really stuck with, and I enjoy it. It's so therapeutic. I can come up to my sewing room, shut the door, and unwind. Whether it's trying to tidy up the bomb site that I made it, or sewing, it's just like kind of therapy in a way, and also it just wipes the slate clean. Wipes that clean. Slate clean? Is there a thing? You know? Who knows? Okay, final question, my sewing machine. Now, I still have my Janome DKS30, and I take that down to Sewtoon, and other sewing socials, mainly Sewtoon. And sometimes if I want to sew downstairs, I'll use that one. That was my second proper sewing machine. Yeah, and I still love it to bits. It's a wee workhorse, and it does what I need it to do, and I love how it's just like a one-step buttonhole thing. Can't beat it. The one behind me is what I use currently up here. It is a beast, let me just say that. A beast. It's really heavy. It was heavy to get up here, so I refrain from taking it downstairs at any point unless it really needs to go for a service. Now, I inherited this from my aunt. She no longer sews, as you know. She's not doing that great, but she's doing okay. Can I change that? So we just have to go with it. And she just said, take my sewing machine. And I said, are you sure? And she was like, yeah, because I'm not sewing that. I was like, so she got this specifically for quilting and patchwork. So it is a big daddy machine kind of thing. She bought it from David Drummond's. So I'll give you, while I'm talking a bit more about this, it is the Janome Horizon Memory Craft 8900 QCP machine. It does buttonholes, it does so many different stitches, it's got so many little sewing feet. It is like, wow, I really like it. I probably haven't done like 10% of the stitches, but hey ho, does anyone? We all get all those stitches, and does anyone use them all? Does anyone? All of them. I mean, all of them. Like, there's so much to learn about that machine still. I think I've had it for maybe just under a year. Yeah, and I've been enjoying using it. It's got a nice chunky foot pedal as well. And the other machine that I have up in my sewing room is my overlocker. That sometimes comes with me for sewing, but kind of just don't like moving it that often, just in case it messes about. Yeah, and that is the Janome 9300 DX overlocker, and I really like it. I have been looking at a cover stitch machine, but I need to save my pennies for that. They're not that easy of a reach at the moment. Definitely need to save up. Aye. There's a long list of things that I would love to get, so maybe I'll be putting some money from my destashes towards the cover stitch, because I think the one that I would be looking at would be round about the £1,000 mark. That's not including the discount at all either, so we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this Q&A. Sorry I haven't mended anything while I've been chatting with you, but I just really wanted to focus on the screen and chat to you guys and make sure that I'm answering it in a timely manner and not going on and on and on and on. Aniston. Does anyone remember that? Oh please, I hope I'm not going to be for that. Yeah, so I hope you all had a wee bit of sewing time over the weekend, and I've got another couple of exciting ideas for vlogs, so bear with me on that. Obviously, I'll probably have something to show you fabric wise and what's coming to my sewing room as well. Cannot wait to show you. So take care guys, I hope you're all well, and if you haven't already, please do give me a like, subscribe and comment below. I hope you've enjoyed this Q&A. I think you've already said this, but if there's anything that you would like to ask, just pop it in the comments and I'll try and answer. Yeah, anytime. How's that for me?
Feet step over splinters of the moon.